Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Elden Ring. We are in the sub-dungeon of the Royal Capital, a prison built into the city's sewage system. That's right, we've got ourselves a genuine, bona fide 2-for-1 special. Combination sewer and prison level. And you know what that means. I'm gonna get lost as hell at some point. Okay, we dodged the grab, very good. This zone is the Subterranean Shunning-Ground. Thematically, I think the darkest zone in the game. Caelid's nuclear wasteland does give it some stiff competition, I'll admit. But for my money... Jeez! He dropped the elbow on me. I think this beats it out because... remember some of the things that we have learned about the Omen. Particularly the ones down here. Omen are reviled and enslaved by the Golden Order. They're dehumanized, or I guess I should say depersonalized, and mutilated. Oops. Oh, the other one's gonna get another? Most of them have their horns carved off, leaving these huge, oozing scars. Except for some Omen royalty. They get the privilege of keeping their horns, but they are locked away deep below the capital in these sewer jails. Infants and adults alike. And that's the overall story that this zone will tell. Which makes going through the dungeon with them as enemies to kill feel really fucking bad. Once we get past the Miranda plant here, she is going to call down divine punishment and just narrowly miss the ladder with every strike. That's beautiful. The thing that we want to watch out for up here is hands. We have hands once again. Specifically a bunch of them clinging to the ceiling, waiting to ambush you for when you walk in the big landmine, or the big hand mine, in the center of the room. You may compliment that excellent pun. You have my full permission. Don't worry. Okay, and since we know they're weak to fire, Eruption, which we put on the anchor, should do work. Oh, wow. We actually cooked them. Charbroiled. Oh, there he is. It's him. The detestable doo-doo devourer. The ghastly excrement gobbler.
Everything that matters to you.
The dastardly deuce diner.
I am the Dung Eater, a scourge upon the living. Who are you? I've been here long enough. I will kill again and defile each corpse with care. Just to be sure that when they're reborn, they'll be cursed, along with their children and their children's children, for all time to come. I will kill again just to be healthy.
Now, did you take note of his armor once again? All of those sores? Wait a minute, this doesn't kill, right? Okay, Elden Ring sometimes... you know, Elden Ring about that. So... we know the Dung Eater is rather loathsome. Let's start asking why. What drove him to be this way? What started him down this path? One day we'll find out, maybe. now we have sewer pipes, and this is the point at which I might start getting pretty lost. Okay, that's the shortcut later. There are also, as you notice, some holes I jumped over. One or two of those is actually going to be important to go down at some point. I think we're starting to get where I want to go. In the meantime, I saw a couple comments, because a couple episodes back, I talked about the dancing plague of 1518, and some folks thought I was doing a bit for a little while, until they realized I was not making a joke. No, that was an actual thing. People danced themselves to death en masse, and it happened more than once throughout history. But this one particular instance in Strassberg in 1518 was particularly noteworthy. I've been reading more about it lately because it's super interesting. I've been reading a book called, where is that on the shelf? It's A Time to Dance, A Time to Die, The Extraordinary Story of the Dancing Plague of 1518 by John Waller. I'm also going to need to move fairly quickly through here, because this is all revenants down here, and there's a big one that's going to spawn soon. There he is. And it's not even anything that important down here, to be honest. There is that on the other side of the gate, which I will get to eventually, once I remember how to get back there. But anyway, so this book starts off with this narrative account of a woman named Frau Trophia, who was the first person who took to the streets and started... Ooh, almost got me with the slugs. Good. I like this ambush because I know where I'm going from here. So she was the first person who started to take to the streets and dance herself into, like, a bloody, exhausted fugue state. Into a trance. Hello? Oh. I feel like he was supposed to follow through on that somersault. Maybe not. Just a big old senton. So... try to fight that. Then it moves into this larger historical account of the city of Strassberg in the years leading up to 1518 in... Oh, they're all going to join in from there, huh? That's the zone ahead of... the part of the zone ahead of us. Looks like the other one's not going to come, at least. That's nice. I wonder how they aggroed from here. Oh no, there's the other one! Holy shit. I don't think I've ever seen this happen. So anyway, it's trying to evidence this author's theory that what happened, this dancing plague, was the result of, like, overwhelming psychic distress, and combined with a unique worldview that, like, intimately tied... actually, hold on. Oversize. Oh, that doesn't actually have anything interesting. Just brute force. Okay. Maybe some for later, though. So it's this worldview that is intimately tied to the church and the supernatural, where people felt genuinely scorned by God. And the people abhorred the lords and the clergy alike because they were corrupt as hell. And the people did not have any hope. They had no faith that they would be able to help them regain God's love. And clearly that was the problem, was that they were just out of God's favor. And when you look at the disasters that struck them, like, just back to back to back to back, I get it. I do. Because it's like, plague breaks out. They have a horrible winter. A famine hits. There's a massive flood that kills all the crops the next year. Another famine. A syphilis outbreak. A famine. Another famine. There are some peasant revolts that get fomented, and then they get crushed, which dispirit the people. There's a year where they have a storm where there is, like, fist-sized hail pummeling their harvest. And that gives way to another famine. And then a smallpox and leprosy outbreak. An unbearably cold winter. Grain prices go out of control. Another famine. Another crushed peasant trying to combine rebellion and revolt. Something called the English Sweats. After all of this, they're struck with the English Sweats. So yeah. Yeah. If I believed in true divinity and spirits and demons and the whole plane of the supernatural, metaphysical, cosmological battle of good and evil, all that good stuff, yeah, I would probably also think that me and my city were straight up actually cursed too. Can't really fault them. Oh, I'm about to be cursed. About to be cursed. This is... Oh, I talked myself into a corner here. Okay, we're gonna work ourselves out of this. We have the favor of God. Good. Yeah, and so, like, on top of all this, the clergy starts hoarding food and grain, and they're using it to speculate. And they're giving people cash loans with huge interest rates and driving the poor deeper into debt, especially when their harvests are failing year after year because they're constantly being hit by some catastrophe and they're defaulting on their loans. Like, all of this is just peppered with ill omens and fiery preachers. And again, this worldview that's steeped in their plane of existence being a battleground between God and demons. So people are reporting like vengeful ghosts all over and shit. People are interpreting every conspicuous thing that happens, like a meteor shower, for instance, as a portend from God. It's really interesting. I would highly recommend giving that a read. It's just a super interesting niche subject that is also somehow kind of relevant. What with the overwhelming psychic distress and the ruling class being a bunch of corrupt pieces of shit who are slowly driving people into deeper poverty. Anyway, let's go back to the completely apolitical Elden Ring, where none of that seems to be happening at all. That one omen right here is usually quite a big problem. To be fair, usually more of a problem when you run back through the zone, because this room is a big junction point, a critical junction in the dungeon where multiple shortcuts kind of connect. Let's check out that omen bairn that we got for a little bit of heartbreak. Doll of a curse-born bairn. Omen babies have all their horns excised, causing most to perish. These fetishes are made to memorialize them. Please don't hate me or curse me. Please. 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 The simplicity of that plea is heartrending. So as you can see up there near that drainage pipe, there is a ladder that we're going to be kicking down later. And for now, we're going to open up another way. This is going to be, I think, our second major shortcut that we've opened up now. And this is also what's going to allow us to access this sub-dungeon's sub-dungeon. So this dungeon's sub-dungeon. Right, we once again rest at the bonfire, and now we have another path open. And we're starting to connect this zone all together and make it a little bit easier to move through. And while we go through it throws into sharper relief the decision that Morgott made. Like, we definitely made the right decision coming here after all of that. Because it just makes you wonder, what did he see that was worth preserving in the Golden Order? I think about this probably more than anything else in the game. Oh no! Come on. Maybe second time? Okay, he's gonna pity me and just come on down. He said that was a little bit too pathetic. Ooh! Long-tongued imped? Oh, these projectiles hurt like hell. Oh, good. Good, that actually works out quite well. Okay, now we're thinking on our feet a little. Jump down here. We're gonna be ambushed by more of them throwing garbage at me. Okay. Okay, good, I'm staying on top of them. I thought I was sending myself over the edge for a second. My heart sank. Okay. So now we just want to keep being cautious, and we can move carefully over the pipes. These are quite wide for just normal walking around. It's not like you're gonna randomly twitch and fall off like the Anorlando rafters. But if you're being constantly harassed by the imps, the chances of that go way up. So just be mindful, be careful of them, and things will be good. And at certain points, you can see that there is solid floor and even items and messages and things down below. At a certain point in these pipes, you can make a couple of drops and get all the way down there. And that is where the sub-dungeon is in this sub-dungeon. There we go. Always watch blind corners. Is he? Okay. I wasn't paying attention to the noise or the soul pop-up, so I wasn't sure if he was dead or not. I didn't want to deal with him. And this is that other ladder that we saw when we picked up the Omen Baron. That's the room with the one really annoying Omen. I say that because he uses that Omen Baron ability, and it's just a ton of homing projectiles they can spam. Like pursuers, and it makes getting up the ladder to come this way a little bit hazardous, because they can knock you off the ladder and plunge you either to your death directly or into the waiting arms of that Omen and his warped axe. Now that we've dropped into these pipes, we have another opportunity for me to get super lost. I think once I get to the elevator, though, I'm good to go. I'm set. And you can actually use the scare... Oh! That one actually led me into an ambush. I didn't follow my own advice of watching the blind corners. You can follow them for the most part to progress down here. You can listen out for them, and they will lead you around to all of the little nooks and crannies. And here we have an Eye of Yellow. The relevance of that item placement is going to become really apparent deeper in. And we're going to get a bunch more of them. What was that? Oh, that was debris or something dropping. That wasn't actually an enemy. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. Here's another to lead us on our way. And I think we're actually getting pretty close. Hello, my friend. So we'll go the opposite way real quick. I think this goes to another dead end. This looks like it's overlooking the big pipe room. Yeah. And I think if you're really ballsy, you can make that jump diagonally. That's not actually where we need to go. That is not progress. Whoops, neither is this. My buddy, he led me astray a little bit. But we can hear more deeper in. Yeah, why not? They also act as little breadcrumbs for you. And this looks like it. Unless I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Likely unfathomable sort. Alright, so from here I do actually know where I'm going, so I am safe from being lost. We managed to do it. Gonna jump this, because that will get me lost. That's not, yeah. These damn messages. Hello, large friend. Goodbye, large friend. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think so. No. No, I don't think so, actually. Not right now. Maybe for later. Oh, you thought. Yeah, and then this opens from this side, I want to say. Unless I'm wrong and it is that hole. Hole myself on wrong side? No, hole myself on correct side. And then I don't exactly remember which way I go at that junction, but there are only 2 directions, so how lost can I be right now? There are 3, though. But this is correct. Okay, cool. Got nervous for a sec. Oh, this is the jar room. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, friend. I would rather him kind of spin and get that out of the way so I have a little room to work. Oh, no, he won't let me up the ladder. I was going to do a little Taurus Demon Plunge. I let that get scarier than it should have been. Now, the elevator takes us down to... Oh, hello. You are not knocking me out of this elevator. I am sorry. No, thank you. Not today. The sewers are too much of a pain to navigate. I cannot accept that. This leads us directly to the main boss of the sub-dungeon. I think we will get along with that next time. Also, a very special shout out to my $10 and up patrons from the month of April. Thank you so much to Victor T, Cinderalicious, Kyle, Mortavenom, Derek Ansira, Alexis Annabella Adler, Caitlin, Wi-Fi, Glenn Mullen, Not a Tick with Wi-Fi, Bo Smith, Cracky, Wolfman 500, Brandon Buchanan, Evid, and David Enever. Thank you all so much. Take it easy. Have a good one, everyone.